Alright, what's up guys? So as you can see here, we are on the tier maker because we are going to be ranking fighting games. Now, I'm sure you guys may or may not already know this, but Leffen just recently did a tier list, and that made my soul cry. So today we're going to make one that actually... God damn it, Devin. Today we're going to make a tier list that actually matters and isn't just... His tier list is so bad. It's so bad. Half the games were just in the worst tier possible, and then the only game that was listed as good was Melee. So we're actually going to rank some games today. Now, we haven't played every game on this list, and there are some games that just aren't here. Like some of the newer stuff, like Granblue's not here, and some other games are specifically missing, but we're going to do our best given our personal experiences.
If I'm not wrong, I think Ultimate is on this list.
No, Ultimate's right here. Yeah, Ultimate's right here.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, you're stupid.
I'm blind.
You're stupid.
It's
Okay,
my fault.
so let's go ahead and go in order here. I'll be honest, I still haven't played this game. I apologize, I know. I played as Akitsuki in Blazblue Cross Tag, so if you want to count that, that's something. I did play as Blitztank in that game as well, so I am familiar with the game kind of, but I've not actually played the game, unfortunately, so I'm just going to go ahead and knock that one right out as well. Along with, I'm just going to be real here, I've not played these.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just get the not playeds out the way right now. I'm sure he will have more to say in a moment, but I'm just going to get the ones that I personally haven't played out the way now.
Have you played PlayStation All-Stars?
I have. I have some words to say about that moment.
I played it twice. It was an experience.
Can we talk about that Puyo Puyo Tetris is on here?
Well, I mean, it is
clearly the best fighting game. I also don't know what this is. I'm sorry. If anyone wants to tell me what that is in the comments, I'd appreciate it.
Footsies.
I played Footsies.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's most of the I haven't played, so I don't know what this is either. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And this as
Have you
well.
played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that should be it. I think I've played everything else on this list. Wait, no, not Punk Rumble.
For a second, I thought that it was Mortal Kombat X and then Power Rangers right there. And I was so confused.
Yes, yeah, the well-known Power Rangers crossover of Mortal Kombat. Okay, so I think that's my never playeds. We'll get to his as we get to them, but I think I've played all these games. So let's go ahead and start with ARMS. Mr. Devin, what do you think of ARMS?
Okay, so not very well.
No, yeah, me either.
Yeah, I'd probably put that in F tier. ARMS is just
F tier.
Yeah, ARMS is just if you play the game online. For casual, actually, I'd put it in D tier because as a casual game, it's a lot of fun, like playing against CPU. But the second you go online, you just play against people who grab each other, and that's it. That's the game plan.
I would also put it in D tier. I was gonna fight you on that F tier, but I would also put it in D tier. While I love the characters and the music and the atmosphere of it, I just don't think its mechanics are very fun and very conducive to a long-term, enjoyable fighting game experience. This list is going to be extremely biased. It's not going to be Leffen biased, mind you, but it will be extremely biased, so prepare for that. Oh wait, that's another not played. Alright, Blazblue. Have you played any Blazblues at all? Of the Cross Tag?
Cross Tag.
You played Cross Tag, but have you played any of the main series? Okay. So it's good.
Okay, I'll take that one. I'll take your word for it because Cross Tag was a lot of fun when I played it.
Cross Tag. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way as well. Cross Tag is just basic, it's like boneless Blazblue, but it's propped up by its absurd roster of characters.
Dude, the fact that I can play as isn't this one with Ruby characters? And
yeah, it's got Ruby. It's got Arcana Hearts.
In this game.
Yeah, it's got Persona. It's got it's an arc system where it's crossover extravaganza. Blazblue Cross Tag is held up by its roster, but unfortunately, it has way too many other issues that just keep it from reaching the greatness of Blazblue or Guilty Gear or the other ArcSys games.
And the hitbox is a little weird. Like there's a lot of characters who you're like, oh, that shouldn't have hit me, but that could be due to lag or something. But
also, as I did mention Blitztank earlier, Blitztank is ridiculous, and meme aside, is not fun to fight against. So C tier. Lethal League. You play Lethal League at all? Really? I haven't played Lethal League.
You told me we should play that once, but we never followed it.
Lethal League is fun as well. I don't want to spend too much time on these, so I'll just say that it's good. I enjoy it, but it's kind of basic. You know, it's whatever. I'm just gonna throw it here. Same with Brawlhalla. I don't think Brawlhalla is bad. I think Brawlhalla does some things really well, and it's free and has crossplay, and it's very successful. It's just not really my style. I get what it's trying to do, but if I'm gonna play a Smash clone, I'm just gonna play Smash.
Yeah.
So the Smash clones are not gonna do very well on this list.
Speaking of Smash,
you know my opinion on Brawl, but let's go ahead and get your opinion on it here.
So Brawl is the I'm gonna say this.
We'll spend a little time on the Smash games because that's our forte as well.
Yeah.
Leffen.
Brawl is the best for casual play besides Ultimate, but the second you try to take this game outside of items on and wacky characters on the weird stages, you get a game that is dry with no content and has just the 3 characters you play as.
Yeah.
And it's not fun to play against. It's so slow paced. It's just the worst.
Brawl will always be remembered for Project M. That is Brawl's contribution to the Smash community. While I do appreciate what Brawl did for the single-player offering and for its roster and for its hype back in the day, I find Brawl the hardest to go back to. However, it is not the worst Smash game because it does still have reasons to go back to it. More on that later. I would say that Brawl is a completely serviceable game that struggles due to its poor competitive environment and overall outshining by Ultimate. It is not a bad game, so I will be a little bit unbiased of this pick, and I will put it in the C tier.
Yeah,
if this were my personal, pure level of like wanting to give this game its just desserts, I would throw it an F, but I'm not going to be that guy. I know that Brawl is not a bad game.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I'm going to put it in C tier. Would you kind of agree with that assessment?
I agree with that.
Bust move, unfortunately. Cross Chaos Code, unfortunately. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Devin, you never played this. I understand. I get it. Trust me.
I'll take your word for this.
But it's Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
It can't be that bad.
It's pretty bad, but it's like
fun bad.
Yeah, you can't be mad at it, man. It's Street Fighter Cross Tekken, C tier. Dive Kick. Now, okay, Dive Kick is one of those interesting games because there's only 2 buttons, jumping and kicking.
It's straightforward.
It's one of those games that if you try to like talk about it objectively, it's like, oh yeah, but there's only 2 things. It's so simple. But its simplicity is what kind of makes it fun.
Yeah.
It's a shitty fighting game. Let's be real. But it is.
I feel like it belongs with ARMS.
It doesn't stay in the F tier. It is definitely ARMS level. It's simple and fun for like 10 minutes and then you move on.
Yeah.
I love Dead or Alive. I can't be unbiased here. Dead or Alive 6 is probably the second best Dead or Alive game. I'd say Dead or Alive 4 is still better. Is Dead or Alive 4 on this list? I don't think Dead or Alive 4 is on this list. It was on Leffen's list. So let's just go ahead and pretend Dead or Alive 4 is on this list. I'd put Dead or Alive 4 in S tier. Dead or Alive 4 is one of my favorite 3D fighting games. I'd put that up there with like Tekken 7, Tekken 2, Soul Calibur 2. Like, that is a good-ass game. Dead or Alive 6 struggles with some major flaws, but I don't think any of the flaws of Dead or Alive 6 are enough to bump it down. It was massively improved, especially with its like traditional competitive environment kind of stuff. It's kind of game I can come back to anytime. I love Dead or Alive 6.
And I agree with that because that's the one Dead or Alive game I've played and I have a blast playing it.
Dead or Alive is fantastic. Fantasy Strike I haven't played. Fighting Layer EX is awesome. Fighting EX Layer, excuse me. Awesome. Very difficult. Unfortunately, it's a little too technical for my liking. While I am proficient in many fighting games, Fighting EX Layer is ridiculous, but it's still a ton of fun when I play it. I know he hasn't played this either, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw Capcom versus SNK 2
I've heard of it. Well. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's really good.
Very good. Mark of the Millennium, that's 01. That is a very fun very good crossover. I mean, SNK and Capcom have been doing stuff for years, so it's kind of cool to see like in this game, like, you know, in the Capcom Versus series, you know, like Terry and Ken are like rivals and stuff, and then they get to be in Smash together. It's nice.
That's cool.
It's nice to see how everything's come full circle.
Ooh.
So hate me all you like.
Yes.
I think this is my favorite fighting game ever made, and I will explain why in a second. I understand the game has flaws. I understand what those flaws are, but I'm not gonna really try to judge these games too much based off their online or based off of like how long, like the patch droughts or things like that. I'm just judging the game for what it is. For what it is, Dragon Ball FighterZ is one of the most fun fighting games I've ever played. It's simple to the point where anyone can get into it, but it still has a ton of depth. This is the kind of game, this is the game that made me want to learn fighting games. So yeah, I understand it's got flaws. I'm not saying that the S tier is flawless tier. I'm just saying that the S tier is my highest level of enjoyment. And when I think of the fighting game that I want to go back to and play most often, it is Fighters. I still play Fighters almost every day. So yeah, it's got flaws, I get that. I'm putting it in S tier, that's my bias. I don't think you'd put it in S tier, but
I would only put it in A tier due to the fact that it's a very good starting fighting game, and once you get into it, you're into it, you know? But I wouldn't put it in S tier because of that fact. It's like also a flaw to it for me. Like, it's a starting fighting game, but after Fighters you move on, you know?
Yeah.
It's the game that I've played the most, like the most traditional fighting game. I play some SNK games and some Street Fighter games, but I missed the track. I can tell. But Fighters is definitely the one that I play the most. I'd put that above both Street Fighter and the SNK King of Fighters games.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but I respect it. I respect it.
Speaking of fighting games that got me into fighting games.
Ooh, Killer Instinct. Yes.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct is so fun. I replayed it recently and I had so much fun playing as Jago.
Yeah. I was always Orchid main back in the season 1 days, but
dude, you destroyed.
going back and playing the game now, like, because I missed season 2 and 3, so going back and playing the game now where it has like 30 characters and like all this stuff, it's crazy. But KI is incredible.
You got the first season free.
KI is incredible, and I hope that they do more with this game going forward. I hope it doesn't just die out here, because this game. This game deserves better than to just die on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Speaking of dead games, KOF 14.
Oh.
This is a personal F tier from me because of how great KOF 13 is.
Yeah.
KOF 13 is the best looking fighting game of all time, even better looking than Fighters.
Yeah.
KOF 13 is beautiful, and it plays good. It plays well, and it has a great roster. KOF 14 has a good roster, but KOF 14 is some of the sloppiest, ugliest, cheapest fighting game experiences I've ever had in my life, and I don't like it one bit, and I hope that KOF 15 is significantly better, because SNK and the KOF franchise deserves to be treated much, much better than this moving forward. Speaking of franchises that deserve to be treated better, fuck MK11.
Yeah.
I'd still put it at top of D, but these aren't really organized. We'll probably organize it later, but MK11, look, I get it, okay? MK11 has some cool things to it, but it took out all the cool shit from MKX, replaced it with much, much more boring stuff, removed a ton of interesting roster picks, and also butchered the already crap story of the MK series. And also, this is a side note, but like, I don't know what it is about NetherRealm Games' like animation department, but they're terrible at their job. I don't understand, like, the animations are better here, but they're still super bad. And why does the game still have the freaking switch sides button? When would you ever need that? Why isn't the game just... I could rant about MK11 for a long time, so I'm going to stop myself. But I will say, though, that the stupid dial-in combat system is really annoying to me. I don't like that you have to, like, input the full combo sequence before you even make contact with anything. or else the combo won't come out. Like you can't confirm in MK11. Like it just doesn't work that way. It's really annoying. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I've only played the second one, just so you know. Not very.
I don't think anyone will deny it. It is in this level.
I would put it.
It is at least A or S.
I would put it.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is like Modern Warfare 2, right? It's broken. It's busted. You know, it's not an enjoyable experience.
Mm-hmm.
But
you keep coming back.
It's the classic. It's the classic fighting game. You know, if this were a different world, you know, with a different online environment, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 could easily be still one of the most popular fighting games on the planet. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is an amazing experience. Even like you love it because of how broken it is, not, you know, in spite of it. Like you enjoy the freaking infinites and the crazy busted Magneto shit. Like the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is incredible, which is all the more disappointing because Infinite's so not incredible. I would put that just a missed opportunity after missed opportunity with Infinite. The roster was awful, the visuals were terrible. It came out at a poor time. It wasn't what the world needed. It had potential and it just squandered it. I hope that NBC comes back with a game that isn't Infinite. But there you go. So I know
it's just Infinite 2.
yeah, I hope not. So again, personal biases here. Soul Calibur 2 is incredible. Like, oh my god, Soul Calibur 2 is incredible. I played Weapon Master mode religiously as a kid, and having Spawn and Link and Heihachi,
this
crossover.
Is the Link game. Okay, I didn't know exactly.
Yeah, this is Link, and Spawn and Heihachi, and then the ports of this game didn't have Link, but they had Spawn and Heihachi at the same time. So the only way to get the full roster of this game is to play the PS3 or the Xbox 360 versions, because the original Xbox version has Spawn, and then the PS2 version had Heihachi, and the GameCube version had Link. So you can't play as Link in any of the other modes, but in the PS3 and 360 ports with online and such, that actually has both Link and both Heihachi and Spawn in it as well. So that's how you get the full roster. And Soul Calibur 2, it's incredible. I mean, I don't even need to say anything about Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 6 is also really, really good. Lots of like more competitive style improvements. A lot of like fighting games this generation were trying to make themselves like more competitively viable, more esports ready. And Soul Calibur 6 definitely did a really great job of like implementing a lot of modern fighting game mechanics into it. I don't think it would, did as well as Soul Calibur 2 in my opinion. I'd still rather play 2 over 6, but 6 is still really good. If anyone's seen my fight stick, I have the Soul Calibur 6 fight stick, so I definitely really like Soul Calibur 6, but I just wouldn't put it at the same level, the same like game-changing level, as the S tier. Speaking of game-changing, freaking Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, dude. Third Strike.
I understand.
Yeah, Third Strike is incredible. Third Strike is so good. It's like the least Street Fighter, but that's kind of why I like it.
I literally understand that. Like,
I'd also put Alpha 2 up in this area too. Not that Alpha 2 is a bit worse. Alpha 2 is great. I just you can kind of see what I'm going for here. Like, this is like the big boys. Alpha 2 is up there, but I don't think it hits that same high. So I'll put Alpha 2 down there as well. Alpha 2 is really good. So is Alpha 3. I really liked the Alpha series. I see some discourse about it, but it kind of gets looked by Third Strike. So,
yeah, I'm gonna have a different opinion than you for Street Fighter 5.
Are you?
Probably, most likely. I'd put it in C. I feel like it's a generic game.
Street Fighter 5. Okay, look, Street Fighter 5. You look at its launch and where it's come now, and it's definitely made a lot of improvements. But it's just not there.
It's a traditional
I still don't think it's there. I'm very excited for this upcoming season. Like, yeah, I'm gonna play the hell out of Dan and Akira and like all this stuff. I'm gonna play this game, but it's so much wasted potential. Like, this game squandered so much potential. It could have been so much better. They could have done proper rollback. They could have done proper all these things, and they didn't. They had so much chance with this. They had rollback working in a freaking patch, and then the developers, took it out of the game because a fan made it, and then made it significantly worse. Like Street Fighter V is just a perfect example of why you need to launch your game with all of its content intact first, and then add on to it later. Like Street Fighter V barely became a full game like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It took them a long time to make this game like a full $60 game.
Yeah.
It launched with like 12 characters and no story mode. Like this game was not good at launch, and it's taken a long time to get here, but.
And like the arcade mode was like super bad.
Oh, so bad. Like it's just.
At least they fixed it.
Kind of. The story mode's not much better. And trust me, I like Street Fighter. I like Street Fighter V, but it's just Street Fighter V's not it, guys. You know what is it though? Skullgirls. Skullgirls is fantastic. I don't think we need to even talk about Skullgirls. It's great. I wish it had a more alive scene, but Skullgirls is fantastic and it deserves way more recognition than it's getting. Evo getting shut down was really the kicker for this, because this game would have been one of the highlights. So hopefully next year, if Evo Online comes back, Skullgirls can be highlighted once again. Skullgirls is fantastic. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Now, look, Street Fighter 2 is also a classic, a game changer. I'm not going to put it in S, though, because of how it's aged. So, look, I respect this game. I love this game so much. I'm going to put it top of B, and you can flame me in the comments later. You're just going to have to accept it, that I think this game is aged terribly compared to pretty much every other game above it. And because of that, I think I have to kind of keep it a little bit lower than normal. Yes, it is a game-changing game. Like, I could easily put it up here just by sheer legacy alone, but if I have to be honest, I'm going to put it in B. Have you ever played Tekken?
I've played Tekken 7 like 3 times. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I've played Tekken 7 like 3 times. I liked it. It was a lot of fun, but I didn't really get into it, so I don't really have a strong opinion on it.
Tekken 7's great.
I can take your word for it. I can see it in your face.
While we're filling out S tier a little bit, KOF 13.
Yeah. KOF 13 is a masterpiece and is probably up there on my top 3 favorite fighting games of all time.
Ultimate Match and O2 are also S tier.
O2? Yeah. We played O2 and I destroyed him. Then he looked up a video for like 20 minutes and then became the greatest O2 player of all time.
Mark of the Wolves. Easy A tier.
I don't think I played that.
Yeah, you haven't. Let's back up a bit. So, KOF is a very special franchise to me. 13 being my personal favorite of the series, but 98 and 02. There's a reason that these are the 3 games everyone talks about. There's a reason they sell these 3 games in a pack on Steam for $20. These are the heavy hitters. These are the games. If you want to get into KOF, play these games. I would recommend 13 above all else, because 13 is... Oh my god, 13 is so good. But seriously, these games are perfection. And it is the reason why I'm so excited for 15, because even after 14 was so bad, if they can make another game like 13 again, I will cry. So yeah, 13, 98, and 02, top tier games, just absolute wonderful experiences.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. I don't even know what to do with this.
We could just leave it in the list. It's fine. It doesn't need to be on the tier list.
I'm just gonna. It can sit there.
I'm kind of insulted that they didn't put Sonic the Fighters on this list.
You can sit there in your never played tier. Under Night, Uniclear. I think Unist and Uniclear are insanely good games. Honestly, I haven't gotten into them a ton. I think if I played it more, I might be able to appreciate it a little bit more. But for what it does, I really like it. Definitely a fantastic game. Does a lot of unique stuff and is definitely like that game's community. They really went hard. I mean, they got that game in Evo. They got that game like that game went from rags to riches, and I really like a good underdog story like that. I honestly haven't played too much of it. I mean, I probably only put like 10 hours in a Unist specifically, but Under Night's fantastic, and I can definitely I understand why it's so good. Even though I wouldn't put it in my my top echelon, I definitely respect it enough to put it here in the A tier with these grades. Like, I think it's that good. Oh wait, I haven't played Vampire Savior either. Sorry. Guilty Air Gear Xrd. So, have you played any of the Guilty Gears?
That's another game that we need to play.
I'll be real, Guilty Gear, and then I'll put Guilty Gear XX in B. We'll talk about these two right now. So Xrd and Reveille, honestly, Guilty Gear itself is super great. I'm really excited for Strive, but if Guilty Gear Xrd wasn't so dead and hard to find matches for, I think I'd still be playing that instead of some of these other games. Like Guilty Gear Xrd is so good, and I want to get people to play this, of our group that play games, because I need people to play this game with.
I will.
Guilty Gear is so much fun, and I think out of all the Guilty Gears, I'd say Xrd is my favorite. It's really good, really good.
Okay, we're getting into the Street Fighter.
Kick your ass, Jacko.
We're getting into the Street Fighter.
No, we're not. We're.
Mortal Kombat. There we go. The two Mortal Kombat. The three. Not the three. Yeah, I mean.
NetherRealm sucks. I already ranked 98. I don't feel like ranking 98 separately. I'm just gonna leave 98 here, and then I'm just gonna kind of leave this in here. But yeah, I see this. Trust me, I just don't know what to do with it. Lethal League and Melty Blood. Oh my god, we'll talk about Melty Blood. But Lethal League. Have you played Lethal League at all? No.
The next game that I'm playing, I will go on a 3 streak of the games.
Go ahead and drop that in the C tier. It's fine. Melty Blood, another super grassroots, come from nothing, rags to, well, I wouldn't even say riches, I'd say rags to rags. Melty Blood is a great time, a very fun experience. Not gonna reach the same highs as these games, but I can go back and play some Melty Blood any day of the week. You'd hate it.
I would hate it?
You would hate Melty Blood.
Why would I hate it?
For all the reasons you don't like a lot of games that I like, but you would hate Melty Blood. But I'm still probably going to make you play it one of these days, and you have no say in the matter.
I mean...
You have zero say.
It's been like that for a while now.
I don't agree with Leffen on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Melee is
except for
that.
I agree with that.
You agree with Melee? Remember when we played Melee?
No, Melee is annoying, and it's busted, and its bustedness is what makes it what it is. But it's still one of the best goddamn fighting games ever made.
Remember when we played Fox against each other?
It's still one of the best freaking fighting games ever made. It just is. I'm sorry.
Remember when Fox's recovery was good? Oh yeah, but above Melee. Thank you.
Just to piss off Leffen.
Just to make Leffen angry.
Yeah. I don't think we need to talk much about why Ultimate's good. Ultimate has issues, no shit, but
it's mostly on the online features, and just playing arenas. Trust me, 10 times better.
Ultimate is a freaking blast. And it's crazy how big of a jump Ultimate is from Smash 4. When I first thought of the idea of a Smash game coming to Switch, I was like, yeah, just port Smash 4 over, maybe add 2 new characters. That'd be fine. And then they gave us Ultimate. Then they gave us Ultimate. It's literally everything I personally asked for. Ultimate is my Smash game. Sakurai went into my head and said, hey Damien, what do you want in a Smash game? Then he made Ultimate. It's a love letter to me, and I will put it here every day of the week.
You were right. He took all the characters from Smash 4, put them in a game, give them
better
speed 200, made them all better, and then added everyone else and gave all of them speed 200.
Plus, he gave me Byleth and Joker, and I will love that man until the end of time for putting Persona in a freaking Smash game. I will never not remember. December 7th, 2018. One of the best days of my entire life.
Joker.
One of the best days of my entire life. I fell in love with the Game Awards because of that day, okay? That was the best moment. The best DLC, just surprise. Best character reveal in Smash history.
Yes.
It's not even a contest. The only one that comes close would be Snake in Brawl. That was insane. That was unexpected. And
well, I mean,
Sonic was up there too.
You're acting like Joker was unexpected.
He was.
I mean, wasn't unexpected.
No, Joker was super unexpected. Everyone thought that was just a new like Persona announcement, and that's the thing too. Is like we didn't know that was Smash until it was Smash. Until it was Smash. Some of the hype of these new Smash character reveals are removed because we know it's a Smash character reveal. Like they say, like you see the you know the and then the bah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And like we know it's Smash, and then we're like, okay, this is Smash, but who is it? And then like that's the hype moment of it. But this was crazy because Joker just comes up, and then all the families are talking, and then we don't know what it is until he pulls out the Smash invitation, and then everyone freaking lost their minds, me included. I'm gonna stop talking because I will rant about this for hours, and we don't have that kind of time.
What I'm confused about is that we already got Robin and Joker. Where's Batman? Like,
get out of my house. Mortal Kombat 9. So as you can, okay, hold on. So I put MK11 in D tier along with the other NetherRealm games. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put MK9 in B tier, not because of anything to do with the actual like online or competitive scene of the game. I'm putting this game in B tier for the story and roster alone. The story and roster of this game, as well as the gameplay, were satisfying enough to be awesome as a fun, casual experience that elevates it above all this stuff, despite me not liking this game from a competitive standpoint. I'd say that was good enough to elevate it here.
I feel like that's Brawl, but done better.
And I would say the same about MKX. MKX was like...
I would put that above MK9.
MKX was like MK9 on crack gameplay-wise. The story was way worse.
Oh,
but while I don't like MK9's competitive environment, I do like MKX's competitive environment, despite it being pretty much stereotypical NetherRealm trash as far as the gameplay is concerned. I think it's just way more unique and fun, and you could just do way more crazy stuff in this game. I will put them on the same tier, but for the exact opposite reasons. Like, I hate MKX's story and single-player modes, love MK9's single-player and story modes.
So
but
you
then
love them for the opposite reasons?
Exactly.
But
so
you
I
like
think
both of their casual plays?
No, I don't think MKX plays good casually.
But you think it could, okay.
Yeah. Literally complete opposites for me.
But their opposites are the same feeling both ways, just on opposite sides. Yeah, I could agree with that. I agree with that. That's a good choice.
The real question is, what's better? 2 or 3?
2.
Really?
2.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know if I'd say that 2 is better than 3. I kind of like 3 a lot.
Well, it's your list. We'll put that above.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. These aren't really ordered, but I was just curious to hear your thoughts. UMVC 3 is redonkulously good.
Yeah.
Forgive me for saying redonkulous.
Never say that again, actually.
I honestly, as soon as it left my mouth, I regretted it. I'm sorry.
Like Leslie know from that one episode. Absolutely, I'm sorry for saying that.
I apologize. UMVC is so good. Play it. It's on PS4. Nidhogg. This game is great. I don't know if I'd say it's a fighting game, but
it's not a fight.
There you go. B tier. Haven't played that either. Sorry. Persona Arena. Let's talk about this for 5 minutes.
Yes. That's the only words. Chie's a great character.
PlayStation All-Stars.
No, we have to get into this. It's so fun.
It's okay.
It is okay. I would have put it in A tier. I'd probably.
No, I wouldn't. It's B tier.
but it's such a fun experience.
It's like top B. It's like right up here with like EX Layer.
It's such a fun casual experience to play through the entire arena mode and then beat the final boss and then redo it with every character. Yosuke is such a good character. So is Chie, Yukiko, and this is the one with the Persona 3 characters too, right? Yeah. So then that has Mitsuru, who is probably the most fun character in the entire game. I have a lot of opinions about it. She's a lot of fun.
She's alright.
Yeah. Okay. That's my opinion on that game.
Yeah. Cool. It's Persona, so I'm inclined to like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. Mm-hmm. It's fine. It's serviceable. You know what's not on this list either? Dengeki Bunko. Sorry, I struggle pronouncing that game, but Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax. That game is amazing. The game is freaking tiger.
Has Taiga in it?
Yeah.
Actually, okay.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of light novel pro tags. So it's got like Taiga, it's got Kirito, it's got it's got Mashiro. Yeah, well, I don't. Is she playable or is she just an assist? Something. I know Ryuji's an assist from like Takatsu from Toruto. I think Asuna is playable. I'm pretty sure.
If she is, I'd probably.
It's got what's her face from Railgun. It's got like a bunch of. I have it over there. We should play it one of these days.
We should play it like today because that sounds sick.
Sorry to go off topic. If Dengeki Buko was in here, I'd probably put it like C tier with like I'd put it like right next to Cross Tag.
You need to put it
like it's trash, but like it's enjoyable trash, and it's really fun.
I feel like Brawlhalla.
That's all that really matters to me is that the game is fun.
I feel like Brawlhalla is the middle. If it's lower than Brawlhalla, it's bad.
PlayStation also has Battle Royale. Possibly one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life.
I played as Kratos.
Let's just be real here. It's garbage.
Yes. Dude, I played as Kratos and I was like, why am I one-shotting people? Like it's so insanely busted and broken. Also, we should bring Brawl down to replace it with Project M. Because Project M
No. I would say that these are separate entities entirely.
I know. So then, but you said one of your points was to bring it up a notch was because of Project M, but since it's separate, it should be Brawl go down.
I would still say Brawl goes in C tier. I would probably also put Project M in
C tier.
No, Project M is
at least above Brawl.
Project M is B. Project M can be a solid B. I don't think it deserves to be super high up though. Basically, Project M and Smash 4 just don't have a place anymore because Ultimate exists.
Yeah, and it replaces
like,
everything that
if you're going to play Smash, you're playing Ultimate or you're playing Melee with like Melee Online on an emulator.
Yeah.
Like you're playing either of those two games.
So yeah, and
so every other Smash game is pointless.
Yeah. I also
except for Brawl with Subspace.
But you have World of Light.
But Subspace is a completely different experience.
Yeah,
though.
Subspace is better. I also don't think that's my least. Yeah, actually, is there any way to put it like a space and then that like a little separator so it's like worse than the worst?
No, it's not that bad. It's definitely better than these two games.
Yeah, no, I just.
Poken's fine.
I love hating on Pokken.
Like okay, it's
so
not fine. It's bad, but it's not PlayStation All Stars bad.
Nothing's PlayStation's All Stars.
But it's not.
I like how they also added Battle Royale.
It's not ARMS or MK11 good either, so I don't want to put it up here with these games. It definitely belongs down here, but it is not here. You know what I mean? It is top of F. It is barely squeaking down to F, but it's F. That game deserves it.
And then Power Rangers.
You know what game I thought was gonna be awful, but isn't?
What?
Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. This game is actually pretty decent. Actually, no, I'd say it's C tier. It's still decent though. It's like better than like Brawlhalla and like Lose League and stuff. It's like over here by Cross Tag. I'd say it's like top C. It's actually like for a guy who doesn't like Power Rangers, it's actually pretty good.
I mean, I'm not
and for like being like a low budget kind of game, like honestly, like you could get a lot worse than Power Rangers Battle.
Where's the Naruto game? Why isn't that on this list? The one that we played.
Strikers,
yes, Shinobi Striker, or the one that we played on the GameCube.
That's not. Oh no, Clash of Ninja.
Clash of Ninja.
Well,
why isn't that on here?
No one has thought about Clash of Ninja in 100 years.
Dude, but why isn't that on here?
Because no one's thought about Clash of Ninja in 100 years. We can make our own tier list of Naruto fighters and then have them all be in F tier except for 2 of them.
Yeah, that'd probably be it.
Puyo Puyo Tetris. I left this here because I don't know why it's on this list at all. Puyo Puyo Tetris isn't a fighting game, but it's a goddamn good game, so I'm still gonna put it in A tier. Like, okay. I haven't played Punch Planet. Rising Thunder.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar, but I don't think I played it. So I'm sorry for all you Rising Thunder stans. I'm sorry. Rivals Ether.
It's only good because of the DLC Workshop. I'm gonna take it for face value. I feel like Workshop shouldn't carry the game because literally without Workshop the game isn't as fun.
No. Workshop can count.
That's
part of the game.
You know what? Fine.
That's
then
part
the
of the
game
game.
is in B tier. Without Workshop, I would say it's D tier.
I'd say it's D tier even with Workshop. So we'll meet you in the middle here. We'll go C.
All right.
We'll go like middle C above Brawlhalla because it's definitely better than Brawlhalla.
Yeah, everything's better than Brawl.
Sam Show 2. I don't think you've ever played Samurai Showdown.
I remember.
I like 2. I never played Special. I I'm gonna put 2 like over here by EX Layer and Persona 4. I actually never played this game specifically, so I apologize. It'll be on the list though, because I really like Samurai Showdown. I really like the new one too, which is also not on this list, which is weird. This list is missing a lot of games.
It is. It
You know
really
what?
is.
Okay, let's talk about some of the missing games real quick. So
Clash Ninja?
Clash Ninja. Okay, yeah, Clash Ninja would be bottom C. It's not that good.
It's so
It's
fun.
just not that good. It's fun. It's really fun.
It's really fun.
But it's not that good. I don't know why you're getting all uppity about it. It's probably the best Naruto fighter. Yeah. But that's not saying much because it's a Naruto fighter.
Where's the Avatar game? Into the Deep.
Budokai.
All of the Budokais are gone, and Raging Blast.
Well, this Raging Blast is also really bad. No, Budokai is bad, but like good.
Yeah.
Like Infinite World, I'd say would be like over here.
Yeah.
Like Infinite World is actually really good.
I've only played Budokai 1
Budokai
and 3.
Budokai 3 is basically like Budokai 3 is what everyone remembers, but Infinite World is just better Budokai 3.
Yeah, because it has better.
It's like
doesn't
more
have a better
balanced.
roster.
Yeah, bigger roster, more balanced.
I think it doesn't have any of the
Infinite
Boo
World is-
absorptions though.
Does it not?
I
don't remember
I think
specifically.
it has
how
Boo and then Boo Han, and then there's no
as
more.
separates.
I'm pretty sure they're separates.
I don't remember. That's not really important to the discussion at hand anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's got a bigger roster, it's got more stuff to it. I know Budokai 3 is like what most people think of and what most people remember, and I still love Budokai 3, but I would say that like Budokai 1 is like D.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia bait. Like it's remembered for its nostalgia. Budokai 2 can just suck the fattest of Fs down here.
Yeah, I heard it was so bad. I've literally never played it, but
And then Budokai 3 and Infinite World can probably share like a B, like
An A
a
tier.
low B, or if you really want to push it, like a low A. But they're like not really great fighting games. They're just like really great casual experiences.
yeah, like I played the story and I was gonna 100% Budokai 3.
I
and
100%
see how
did. I
fun
have
it
the
was.
platinum.
I know you have the platinum. I'm saying me,
Yeah.
Damien. I'm kidding. But
Well, I'm better than you, so.
Yeah, and the Cell Games Arena part was just too much for me, so I quit.
I'd put Alpha 3 right next to Alpha 2, with Alpha 3 being better. You haven't played Alpha, so. He's not played like any Street Fighter except 5, so.
I've literally only played Street Fighter 5, and it's like my strongest opinion on any Street Fighter game.
Some other games that are missing, so Sam Show, the new Sam Show. Yeah, I would put that also here in B tier.
The one on Stadia.
I mean, yeah, it's on Stadia, but you're not going to play it on Stadia, you're going to play it on Steam or PS4, like the rest of the world. The new Sam Show, I'd say it's like here. Like, it is a very enjoyable experience. It's interesting, it's weird, but it's like, it's fun. I like it. Grand Blue.
Grand Blue, yeah. We play Grand Blue.
That's
I
a
like
solid.
some fast
That's
guy.
a solid A tier fighter as well, in my opinion.
I remember I like the fast guy.
I really like Grand Blue a lot. Like Grand Blue Fantasy, the game. I love that a lot. So having a fighting game, Grand Blue, is a dream come true. I can't wait for the freaking new one. Not the fighting game, but the other game. I forget what it's called.
We need to play that more. 'Cause
Fighter.
We played it like
I mean,
twice.
like beat 'em up. Yeah, like we only played it a few times together, but
You played it more by yourself. I wouldn't really have a strong opinion on that. I could.
honestly,
but-
Grand Blue. The only reason I'm hesitant to like put it in A tier, like I think it deserves to be an A tier, but I'm hesitant to put it here because the roster is not the best.
Yeah.
It's lacking.
Isn't it
a
short?
lot.
Like
It's
small?
a small roster, even with DLC.
There's only like one or two
and
DLC characters.
even with the DLC characters, like not a lot of characters have a ton of like super explored depth yet. It's still a kind of new game, so I don't want to like rank it too hastily. But I would kind of go with my gut and say it's here, especially with like new DLC still coming out. Like they're gonna flesh out the roster a bit more. As it is now, you could make an argument to put it in like high B, but if pretend that there's Grand Blue Fantasy versus right here, okay? Street Fighter Plus?
Never even heard
I don't
of
think
that.
I've played this. And I've played like every Street Fighter game. I'll have to do a little research into that. But for now, I'm sorry I haven't played it. Smash 64.
Is the worst Smash game, and I stand by that. If it is above Brawl, I will be viciously angry. It is the worst Smash game. Again, it is the worst Smash game to ever exist. Even joking that triggers me. Its roster is small, but that's a given. You know, that was before DLC.
For the time it came out, though, it was a very enjoyable, very fun, casual experience.
Yeah, but it gets outclassed by Brawl. Like I'd rather play Brawl than play Smash 64.
It has aged, but it is still a good game. I want everyone to know that it is a good game.
It doesn't have special.
It is a good game.
It
is a good game that can be enjoyed by people even today.
You can't smash in your Smash Brothers.
Yeah. No, it has smashes. It just doesn't have tilts.
Oh, tilts is something.
Yeah, stupid idiot.
Tilt.
Yeah, stupid idiot.
I got him confused.
I
was thinking of moving the C stick. I have that on.
Yeah, Smash 64 is still fine. Tekken Tag 2. It's okay. I put it at high C.
I'm getting called.
Tekken Tag 2 is fine. Tekken Tag 2 is fine. I'd say Tekken Tag is probably less fine.
Less fine?
But still C2. I like Tekken Tag though. Tekken Tag is really enjoyable.
Tag 2.
You know what, actually? It's better than Mortal Kombat. For sure.
I don't really like Mortal Kombat.
Tekken 3 though? Oof. That's a toughie. Is Tekken 3 a B tier or is that low A? Tekken 3 is really good. But Tekken 3, I feel dirty saying Tekken 3 is better than Street Fighter 2. Like, I just feel dirty saying those words.
Then don't do it. Then just drop it, let go of the mouse. Then. Congratulations.
No.
Big brain, dude. That's like massive brain.
Street Fighter 2 isn't better than Tekken 3.
But it's not worse.
I mean, I'm sorry. Street Fighter 2 is better than Tekken 3, but Tekken 3 is an A tier fighting game. Street Fighter 2 has the legacy, so I will bump it up to A tier, even with its age.
Yeah.
But I want it to be clear that it is solidly bottom A tier. It is barely squeaking out of B tier. Like it took some bumping up from Tekken to even hit A tier.
Okay.
So that's where I stand on Street Fighter. Them's fighting nerds. Some fantastic ideas with better execution. It could have been a solid S tier game, but it just didn't work out that way. I'm sorry. It's a B tier fighting game. It could have been so much better, and it had potential. A sequel would be great in like 2 years from now, but it just it didn't hit like it should have.
Where's Bully, the best fighting game of all time? He beat up the nerds.
What about Ultra 4?
Ultra 4? Street Fighter 4?
Yeah.
I only played that once on PS Now. So not strong opinions on it, but I would say that it's better than Street Fighter 5.
Definitely, significantly, in fact.
I would say it's better than
So let's see.
Say that.
I don't know.
Isn't it pretty?
I don't know. Yeah, it's very pretty. I don't know where to rank Street Fighter 4, so I'm just going to talk about games that it is better than. It is definitely better than every game in C tier.
Okay, so it's in B tier.
But it's not better than every game in B tier. So let's place it
below Project M.
No, actually, I'd say it's right up here with EX Layer. You could interchange these, in my opinion. I think EX Layer and Ultra 4 are about the same, so we'll go ahead and just probably like that.
Yeah.
I'd say Ultra 4 is probably better than EX Layer, but not better than Street Fighter 2 or Tekken 3. In general. Look at that. Look at that.
It's pretty.
Alright, Virtua Fighter, Final Showdown. Devin, you don't even know what a Virtua Fighter is.
I might have.
No, you don't. No, it's because you're a stupid little baby idiot. It's because you were born after the turn of the millennia, and you deserve no human rights as a result.
But it. Okay.
Virtua Fighter's awesome. Super, super simple.
You talk about Virtua Fighter, I know this.
But super, super fun.
Is its simplicity what makes it fun?
In my opinion, yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like Fighters.
I revel in its simplicity, even more so, even simpler than Fighters.
No, I know Fighters.
It's very like
a little
it's
bit
very
more
one
advanced.
note, but
You can button mash in
but
fighters and win.
Yeah, like you can't really button mash a Virtua Fighter, but it is very like it does one thing, but it does that one thing really well. It's like a nice steak, you know? Like it's just like it's just a classic, man.
I understand.
Fighter's great. There's other Virtua Fighters that I'd probably put higher than Final Showdown, but it's the only one on the list. So there you go, B-tier game. Puyo Puyo Champions. Why? What's all the Puyo Puyo on this list?
I mean, it should go with Tetris.
Footsie's aight. I'd put it like over here. It's the same kind of thing with like Dive Kick. It's just like a gimmick fighter. Windjammers? I don't think I put that either.
That the
Street Fighter 4
remix?
Remix. I'm just gonna put that together with Street Fighter 4,
It's time for
like Ultra.
It's time for my final opinion.
And so now we get to the biggie. We get to the big one.
I bet you we're both. I don't know if we're gonna disagree on its placement. I feel like we're gonna disagree on the reason why it should be there. Yes. Yes. No. No. Smash Bros. Like, why?
Look, Smash 64 is unique enough to have a reason to play it. Smash 4, there's no reason to pick up Smash 4 ever again.
It
Smash
has
4
the worst
is
arcade.
Garbage.
It has the worst arcade. It's the slowest game other than Brawl, but Brawl has Subspace Emissary, so that makes... Actually, yeah. Brawl has Subspace Emissary. Gives you a reason to go back, okay? Ultimate is the new game. Has a reason to come back. Melee, a classic, great tech. The game has been improved. Has reasons to come back.
It's not that bad.
Has reasons to come back.
It's not S tier.
Smash 64 was the first game in the franchise. Has reasons to come back. If you can tell me one reason why Smash 4 needs to come back, I'll put it in C tier.
One reason?
One reason.
One reason.
One. Go. So you can't even think of one. That's the bad part.
Smash Run.
Smash Run? No. No.
That's a unique selling point.
It doesn't matter.
That's a unique selling.
Was it good? Was it good?
It has a good theme song. It has a good theme song, Devin.
That song's in Ultimate.
You're right, but that doesn't make it true. You being correct doesn't mean that you're right, Devin.
It's the slowest game. It has
no, it's not the slowest game.
Other than Brawl.
Yeah, Brawl is the slowest game.
If Smash 64 is faster than it, that hurts my soul.
Actually, yeah, Smash 64 is pretty fast.
Yeah.
Like, get like Pikachu and Kirby throwing out stuff and Jiggly
Also,
doing
Mario's
things.
Nair is so weird looking in both of the games that we're talking about too.
Smash 4
Holds a place in my heart, but
yeah, no, like I'll always remember Smash 4 like
but it's in the
for
dumpster
being what it
area.
is. But I don't think there's a single reason to go back to Smash 4, and I don't think I'll ever play it again. If I want to play a game that is like Smash 4, I'll play Ultimate. And if I want to play a game that isn't like Smash 4, I'll play any other Smash game.
If you want to go to a game for a great story, Brawl. If you want to go to a game that's new, you know, that's relevant, you know, all your friends are playing with a lot of characters.
Ton of characters.
Ultimate. If you want to play the classic game, the old school game, the game that started it all, you go to 64.
Melee.
You go to 64.
Melee.
You go to Melee for nostalgia, because you played that game when you
No,
were a
and
kid.
for its unique mechanics that make it unlike any other Smash game.
So then that's where you go there. But if you want to go to the start of the series, you know, it's like, oh, I want to go play 64 because it's the game that started it all. I want to see how far it's grown.
No, if you want to go to
Melee,
you still go to Melee. Let's be real here. If you want to go to Smash's Origins, you still go to Melee. But Smash 64 still has unique elements that still make it worth playing. And yeah, if you really, really want to be that guy and be like, I want to play the first entry ever, even no matter how rough it is, yeah, you can still play Smash 64.
Yeah,
That's why it's not... That's why it's still in this tier. But Smash Ultimate basically invalidates the existence of half of the Smash series.
Yeah, I'm also kind of insulted that you were gonna ARMS was the game that they started us on, like towards the beginning. Like, I feel like it didn't really need. It's not really a good fighter, and I feel like no one has ever said, you want to know what my favorite fighting game is? ARMS.
Well, people have said that, but those are people who've never played a fighting game other than ARMS.
No. Well, I mean, other than those people.
I guarantee someone out there is saying like, man, why are they dissing on ARMS for? I've played 2 games in my entire life. and both of them were arms.
It was arms and arms.
And that person is probably upset that we're talking so much trash. But yeah, no, arms is garbage, and it deserves to be low on this list.
The only reason why it's not an F tier for me is because Helix is in that game, and Helix is so funny and great.
Bro.
And why isn't he in Ultimate?
Bro, best girl Min Min.
Min Min's best girl, top tier, 10 out of 10. She's awesome.
That's why Helix isn't in.
But Helix is best girl. Helix is best girl.
Okay. So that's our list, man. I think this is like.
I agree with the S tier a lot.
This is a great bunch of games. These are games I could play every day until I died. These are games I could probably also play every day until I died. If you cut out S and A tier, like I could play that forever. I could play all these games forever.
I could play some
and
of
then
B tier.
I could play B tier like for fun here and there, and then I probably wouldn't want to play C below ever again. Like I would never seek out these games aside from maybe like a one-off during like a friend get together or like fighting game night sort of.
Yeah, like
But like I would actively seek out S and A. Like I could play S every day. I would actively seek out A as for frequent game sessions. I would play, B on occasion for like funsies, and then the rest honestly are pretty forgettable. And I haven't played every game ever, so I'm sorry there's so many and never played. But let's be real, time is finite. I'm only 23 years old.
Where are we gonna put Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tournament? Whatever that says.
I don't know, man. It's not even. It's whatever. Who cares?
It needs to go in a tier because you've played it before. You're lying.
But like barely. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters.
Tournament Fighters.
It's like Sonic the Fighters.
It's the greatest game of all time. Like I don't.
No, Devin. No. Sonic the Fighters is another game on the tier list. That goes in F tier. That goes below PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. That game is so bad.
I was playing.
So unbelievably bad.
I was playing Sonic Fighters for 6 hours.
Yeah, because you're a
straight.
freaking idiot. Because you're an idiot with PS Now, and you think you're so cool.
It's on PS Now, and I was like, oh, I'll just play. Oh, Sonic the Fighters, that sounds fun. And then I played. I was like, oh god, this is terrible. And then I was like, I want to play another game. And then I kept playing, and yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Well, there you go. There's our list.
I agree with that. From the games that I've played, I agree with that. Besides Street Fighter, but that's just because I play Street Fighter more than I play like games that I should. I need to play less Street Fighter.
These are all cut off. I don't know. I hate this. Okay. Well, there you go. So, Leffen, thank you for inspiring me to do this because your list was so bad. And there you go. So I feel like we talked about pretty much every fighting game I can think of. But if you guys think of one that we missed, let me know, and let me know what you guys think about either the games we missed or games that we included, and how you would change this list if you were making it. Or, better yet, make your own damn list, and go ahead and tag me in it on Twitter if you would like to. All my stuff is down below in the description, along with all his stuff, because this is my brother.
Oh,
and he also does YouTube things, and I probably should have said that at the start of the video,
I don't know how we
but
did
I don't want to edit this, so I'm not gonna. So it's gonna go here at the end instead, and you're just gonna have to live with it. So
Guys, subscribe to Rising Edge.
That's him.
That's
So
me.
there you go. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay classy.